Three, two, one. Yo!
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Amen. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are back with the Trillis podcast on YouTube. We got the Talk of Tokyo episode 2.
Yeah, hey man, we say it all the time. What a time to be an anime fan, but in this case, what a time to be a subscriber of this channel, especially if you've been rocking with us for a minute. Hey man, anime is in a great spot.
Hell yeah. Especially when you want to talk about what's to come, coming very soon next year. Just to jump into that first topic, we talk about Bleach a lot. And Bleach, the last part of the Thousand Year Blow War was supposed to drop in October of this year. They pushed it back. And I'm not mad at it because it's still coming out next year. But when you want to look at what else is coming out next year, there's a lot of heat. You got Vigilantes coming out, season 2. You got the end of Fire Force. You got a whole lot of amazing animes. But the big one that's coming out literally next month is JJK season 3. So the question is, do you think Bleach can beat JJK for anime of the year 2026?
Yes, yes. I mean, this is still Bleach. Like, 100% it can. Now, here's what I'm gonna say. The performance has to be better than the Thousand Year Blood War Part 2 and Part 3, because if Part 4 is just as good, or if Part 4 delivers the same way as Part 2 and 3 did, then no, because the Shibuya arc was fantastic, and I'm expecting JJK to step with that same energy. However, that being said, this is the end of Bleach. Even if it wasn't the end of Bleach, this is still Bleach. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I respect Bleach to the point where it's like, fuck yeah, they can give JJK a run for their money. If anything, it's the other way around. But then you want to throw in the fact that it's the end of Bleach? Hell yeah.
See, I'm right there with you. I think it can, but we had a lot of conversations about Bleach and what this last part has to deliver. It's got to come with that shit. Now, there's a lot on the table right now, and I'm honestly curious how they're gonna manage all of that shit. There's a lot of characters that haven't done much yet in the Thousand Year Blood War that are still kind of waiting to get their moment, and there's a lot that has to wrap up in this last part. There's a big you watch that's still in deep slumber who's still about to wake up, so that's gonna be a movie in itself. Then you have Hajwolf with his little power up, and Ishida's back on our side. You got Aizen yet to do much. You got Kenny yet to do much aside from get washed instantly. But he went into the hyperbolic time chamber. He should be back. Like, there's a lot left on the table for Bleach. But those last 2 parts is where it's like, damn. Like, I want them to. And we talked about it. We talked about how part 4 of the Thousand Year Blood War has to be better than 2 and 3 combined. I think that's very possible. And if it does that, then I think you're right. I think it is the other way around. Can JJK compete with Bleach for anime of the year? But like you said, we saw the Shibuya incident. And word on the street is they about to up the ante like shit. So
I gotta see it.
I gotta see it, but I'm hearing there's some smoke. Now, but to answer the question, I'm right there with you. I think Bleach can win anime of the year. In fact, if it delivers how I think it will, if it came out this year, I think it would have won it, regardless of
Yeah.
all the heat. But only time will tell. Hey, let us know in the comments. Do you think Bleach Thousand Year Blood War Part 4 can beat out JJK for anime of the year in 2026?
Hell yeah, let us know, because that's a very interesting one about two very dope ass animes. But just to segue, anime has a lot of dark shit in it. It's funny because coming into anime, I was never one of those people who thought it was strictly for kids, but I can see where it came from, because I did think anime was just cartoons, for an example. And in a way, it's Japanese cartoons. But at the end of the day, it's so much more than that. But you wouldn't know that until you get into it. Now, anime can be very, very dark. And there are some very dark animes out there, some very beautiful animes out there. But the shit that they show is just damning. So just keeping it in mind, is Tokyo Ghoul appropriate for kids?
Fuck no. Hell no. Like, bro, you can tell off the rip. Like, Tokyo Ghoul gets into it early. Like, from the jump, they get into that dark tone with murder and all of that. Like, they waste no time jumping into it. Niggas get slimed out instantly. And
Yeah.
on one hand, it's like, kids watch this shit anyway, right? But if I were to say, is it for kids? The answer would be no. Just because it gets graphic instantly, like to that degree. Like Tokyo Ghoul is not just little blood splatter here and there. Like it really get graphic for real.
It gets graphic, and not only that, but it's hard to word, but it not only gets graphic, but it gets mental. I guess that's the
Yeah.
best way I can say it. And I think that's the part where it makes it even more damning for kids. Like,
Mm.
don't get me wrong, there's other shows out there that are gory that kids can still watch. Like Attack on Titan, a kid can still fuck around and watch that, even though it's gory as fuck. But it's not the same with shows like Tokyo Ghoul, shows like Berserk. Like those type of animes or mangas come with a different type of dark. It's more than just gore and blood everywhere. Like the sinister overtones that the shows carry definitely makes it to where it's like you got to be mature to watch it.
Yeah. Like Tokyo Ghoul's in that class where I remember we went to the bookstore to get these. You know what I'm saying? These Berserk books, and they had literal warning labels around them shits and around similar types of media where it's like you can't even buy it without a guardian if you're under a
Yeah,
certain
they were
age.
wrapped in plastic.
They were wrapped in plastic, like, and it's not just because of the gore, like you said. It's because the mental part that comes with it, the challenging of your former mentality that it comes with. Let alone like you said, it's more than just regular gore. Like torture, like that type of
Yeah,
stuff that goes a step further. No, it's not for kids. And again,
definitely.
kids are gonna watch this shit anyway. There's nothing you can do about it. But would I recommend it to a kid? The answer is no.
Yeah, hell no. Hell no. But hey man, let us know in the comments because Tokyo Ghoul is one of those popular animes. But let us know. Is Tokyo Ghoul appropriate for kids?
Hell yeah, definitely let us know. That's a very interesting one. But just to segue into my next topic, My Hero is right about to end. There's 2 episodes left, if I'm not mistaken. And we talk a lot about how there's so much left on the table for My Hero. I mean, they just now got to their second year in My Hero. Like in UA Academy, they just got to their second year. The third year is
That's
just
crazy.
graduated. Like now, Big Bad Boogeyman, All for One is gone. So is Shigaraki. But there's so much you can do with that. They literally laid out a game plan for what UA is gonna do going forward. And yet this is the end of My Hero. There's so much food left on the table. But My Hero's not the only anime like that. There's a lot of them, but we're going to focus on this one for this question. So, just keeping that in mind, between My Hero and Hunter x Hunter, which anime has more food left?
Mm, hmm. Technically, Hunter x Hunter, because there's a fat ass manga out there that hasn't been adapted. So if you're talking about which anime has more food left, one actually has the food. The other has the grocery shopping list. It has to go out and purchase the food. So when you look at it like that, technically Hunter x Hunter has more food left. However, I answer like that because my real answer is My Hero. I mean, My Hero, I feel like there's just so much more you can do with it, let alone to how long you can run with it. A show like My Hero, you can run with all the way until they're adults. Bro, I don't know how many episodes My Hero had, but all of that shit happened in their first year. That's
Mhm.
ridiculous. They are now going into their second year. You can show all of their second year and all of their third year and then some. Then you can show when they're adults. There's so much you can do with My Hero to the point where it could have been the next One Piece in the sense of just amount of episodes. 1,000 is crazy, but it could have fucked around and hit 400 or 500 if they really wanted to. So that's where I say I would give it to My Hero.
See, I'm kind of on the fence with it because, like, I mean, like you said, technically Hunter x Hunter because the manga is still ongoing. But I wasn't even thinking about the manga when I came up with this question. I was thinking of what we haven't seen yet, like the Dark Continent. They showed us on the map, like the little bubble of the world that all of Hunter x Hunter takes place with. And then there's this big ass, vast dark continent where even Meruem would have smoke.
Yeah.
Like, Jing was gone, we found him. So technically, Gon accomplished his goal. But Jing was in the dark continent, nigga. What happened? Like, we could show so much. There's so much they could do. There's a whole brand new world out there to be explored in Hunter x Hunter, and they literally send niggas to explore it. That's where Jing went. So I'm not sure exactly what's going on in the manga right now. I'm gonna be 100% honest. Maybe they're on the way there right now. Who knows? I will read it eventually. But as far as the amount that they could do just with that idea alone, there's so much they could do. There's so many directions they could go with that. But when you want to talk about My Hero, like you said, everything we just saw, the whole 8 seasons of My Hero was their first year of high school. They
Yeah.
got 2 years left. Not to mention, they're bringing in foreign countries really getting involved now. We saw Star and Stripe earlier, but that was just the beginning of season 7. That was like they didn't even want to send her, but now you got all this foreign aid from different countries getting involved. They're talking about going all around the country in their second year and helping to mitigate the damage because there's no symbol. When My Hero is all about a symbol of peace, there's no symbol right now. Like, there's so much they can do just from their second year. You want to talk about going forward, they could go from uh, going all around the country saving people to going to different countries saving people. There's literally endless, especially when you want to talk about an idea of just superheroes and super villains,
Yeah.
let alone the amount of crazy, different, unique powers that everyone has. There is literally no end to the ideas you can come up with. So,
And it's superheroes, bro. It's just like as long as you can come up with the scenario, you come up with it.
yeah, exactly. That's why I'm gonna agree with you. I'm gonna say My Hero, but Hunter got a lot, bro. Like, there's a whole new world out there. Like,
Yeah, and Hunter has a deep ass cast to explore it too, to where they could show through many different angles. Phantom Troop, remaining ants, all the hunters. Like Hunter x Hunter definitely has a lot of food. I just think My Hero got it.
yeah, I think My Hero got it too. But Hunter, like, I'm pretty sure from all I know about the manga is the Phantom Troop is very active. That's pretty much all I know about it. Like, I don't know if they're on the way to the Dark Continent or not. I don't know. Don't spoil it for me, please. I will read it at some point. But for the sake of the question, I'm right there with you. I'm gonna go My Hero. But let us know in the comments between My Hero and Hunter x Hunter, which anime has more food on the table?
Hell yeah, let us know in the comments because that's a very interesting one. But just to segue, anime has been around since the beginning of time, it feels like, but it hasn't really been booming until I don't really know. Like, I really want to say 2016 is when it came into a whole new atmosphere with the new gen. Even though the old gen gave us a lot of golden shit from the golden era, but two animes from the golden era that still live on today is Pokemon and One Piece. Both of those animes are been airing since 20 plus years now. Both of those animes show no signs of slowing down. But just keeping that in mind, between Pokemon and One Piece, which anime will have the longer shelf life?
Longer shelf life. Probably Pokemon. Just because
Really?
I mean, they just retired Ash and came up with a brand new character. Like, the way that Pokemon works, they could literally just, they don't even need a main character for that shit. They can just replace them and go to a new generation. Like, just the way that it is, I think Pokemon will just continue to keep on going and going. I think, what gen are we on now? 12? 12 generations of Pokemon? Like,
Yeah.
just the way that it works, I think, like, when you say shelf life, you mean like which one will keep on going longer, right?
More than just airing, like the franchise itself being around. Like Dragon Ball is still around even though it's not airing, unlike a show like Akame got killed.
Okay, are we talking just the anime or the franchise itself?
I guess the franchise.
Then I'm definitely going Pokemon because the game's like that shit crazy. But even the anime, like, is real because that's really what the franchise is. The I mean the trading cards too, but it's really just the game and the anime. And when you want to look at, like I said with the anime, the way that it works, like the main character's not even Ash Ketchum anymore. We were with Ash for 25 years. They just said, all right, he became champion. Next, let's keep it moving. Like, this shit will continue to be around. Cards will still keep coming out. Games will still keep coming out. They just dropped the game this year, like, I think a month ago. So now One Piece gonna be around for a really long time, a
A
really
long
fucking long time. But I don't think Pokemon will ever, like, that shit's gonna keep dropping something like at all times. I don't think
See,
that
I'm
shit
on
will
the
ever go
fence.
anywhere.
I'm on the fence just because I could go either way. Just because starting with Pokemon, you're right. Pokemon is the type of media where it's just not gonna go away. It's set up to keep rotating in and out. Like Ash is out, and here comes the end. Like Pokemon is gonna keep airing for God knows how long. I didn't even know it was still airing. Like it's just gonna keep going. Like there's no end in sight for Pokemon, especially just because the type of show it is. There's no end line. There's literally no end line. It's just the lap, and you just keep running those laps. Whereas One Piece, just like every other anime, it will end at some point. Now, for me, this is tough because One Piece is different from every other anime. Like the way how it's going now, that shelf life is going to preserve for a really
Hell
long
yeah.
time. And then here's the real bitch. Once One Piece is over, which God knows when that's going to be, once One Piece is over, Two Piece is right around the corner. Who's to say there won't be a spinoff? Like, there's so much going on in the One Piece world that the spinoffs can keep happening, games, etc. But for the most part, the shelf life itself, One Piece is so legendary that it's gonna stay on the shelf for probably forever. And that's not even like I hate to bat, but it could be 2050. One Piece is still going to be on the shelf. Like, there are some animes that are stamped on the shelf. So is Dragon Ball, Naruto is stamped. There's a few animes that are just never going to go away. And One Piece is one of those. So is Pokemon. But that's where it's just like, it's interesting. Because I'm just thinking now, it could be 100 years from now. Niggas will still be bringing up One Piece.
Yeah. 100% they will. 100%. But niggas still gonna be playing Pokemon. Like, I don't even know how popular the new anime for Pokemon is. I just know it's still going. And I've seen what the main character looks like.
It's a
But
little nigga, right?
yeah, like, and that's just the thing. Like, they can just keep on once he makes his goal and once he becomes a champion. Next, then once that person becomes champion, next. And what's crazy is the
One Piece
games
can do the
don't.
same thing, though.
It could, but Pokemon has done it, so we know it's gonna do it again. I don't like One Piece can do it. Pokemon has done it. So, like, to answer the question right now, I'm gonna say Pokemon. But if One Piece does go that route, then I feel like it's only right to give it a tie. Like, because they're both never going anywhere. They're both going to be on the shelf until the end of eternity. Like, but as it stands now, I'm gonna say Pokemon.
I'm gonna give it a tie just because I can't outright give it to One Piece, knowing full and well Pokemon's not going anywhere. But at the end of the day, I know for a fact One Piece is still gonna be on that shelf. I'm almost betting on it that One Piece is gonna have just as long as a shelf life, if not longer. So just off of that, I would give it a tie.
I ain't mad at it as a One Piece stan. I ain't mad at it. You know what I'm saying? One Piece definitely gonna be around forever, but Pokemon like that shit. That shit different, bro.
It is. It is. But hey man, let us know in the comments between Pokemon and One Piece which anime will have a longer shelf life.
Hell yeah, definitely let us know. Definitely let us know. That's a very interesting question. A lot of hypotheticals that go into that too. So definitely let us know how you think. But just to segue into my final topic, Naruto has a lot of amazing characters, and it has one of the best villains of all time, Orochimaru. Now, Orochimaru was a menacing villain. Like everything from his theme, his face, nigga. Like he was genuinely scary. But
Yeah.
Orochimaru gets all the credit for a lot of the stuff that he did. Kabuto doesn't get as much credit though, and he did a lot of the dirty work in Naruto, from pretty much infiltrating Team 7 all the way to what he did through the war, like reanimating everybody. Like Kabuto is a very amazing character. He went through his own Orochimaru transformation. He became part snake. Like he got it pretty much out the mud, the same as a lot of characters in Naruto. But just keeping all of that in mind and keeping Kabuto's resume in mind, is Kabuto an underrated character?
Yeah. 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 I have to say it like that because I don't know to what extent. We were gonna do a top 10 Naruto characters and still are. It's just got to get around to it. Little spoiler alert: Kabuto was one of my honorable mentions. Like at least he was, and then I bumped him out. But when you want to talk about, I mean, this is still Naruto. There's a lot of
There's
niggas,
a lot of niggas.
but when you want to talk about underrated, like, do you mean underrated for his show or for anime?
for his for his show.
Yeah, he's underrated. Like, I feel like his personality could be a little bit more exciting, but at the end, like, he's not that much of an exciting character. But at the end of the day, he is a very smart and tactic character, and his moves were always major. I mean, he's the one who revived all the faces for the war.
Mm-hmm.
Like Kabuto is definitely underrated among the Naruto community.
Hell yeah, I 100% agree. I mean, that man literally got his senses rearranged by Itachi and said, "All right, bet. If I move my right leg, my left hand go like this. All right, bet. Let's get it and continue fighting." Like Kabuto is very underrated. Like even uh with the Sanins against Tsunade and Jiraiya, like Kabuto be putting in work, and the way that he was kind of manipulating things behind the scenes, pretty much for Orochimaru. Like, well, it was for Orochimaru. Like, it doesn't go unnoticed. Everyone knows what Kabuto did, but no one gives him like the same level of, yeah, the same level of respect for doing the dirty work. And like you said, his personality's nothing to write home about. But when you want to talk about a well written character that was working behind the scenes, I feel like Kabuto is definitely underrated.
I think it's part of the reason why he's underrated is because he doesn't have any famous bodies under his belt. Like he did a lot of grimy work under the behind the scenes, but he didn't kill nobody.
Yeah. Like, did Orochimaru technically kill anybody?
He killed the third Okage.
Third Hokage killed himself.
I mean, you can say he caused it.
I guess. But
And I
nah, go ahead.
nah, I mean like, and just in general, I don't know. Kabuto is underrated. I just don't know to what extent. Like, what tier would you say he is?
Ooh, I would say Kabuto's probably. I would say he's like B plus.
Okay, I can give him a solid B. I'm kind of thinking B minus. Like, he's a B for sure though.
Yeah, somewhere in that B range is where I would put him. Like I feel like if he
Okay,
got a little more screen time, he would probably like he could maybe sneak towards an A minus, but I would say like a B plus.
okay.
But hey man, let us know in the comments. Is Kabuto underrated among the Naruto community?
Hell yeah, let us know in the comments because Naruto is full of a lot of amazing characters, and a lot of them get glazed. A lot of them don't get any love. Kabuto really doesn't get any love. So let us know in the comments. Is he underrated?
Hell yeah.
But just to segue into my last topic, I'm not gonna lie. Anime offers a lot of amazing things. It offers a lot of special things. One of the things that anime does pretty much better than anything is fights. How anime handles their fights are ridiculous. And an anime that has arguably the best fights is Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball has so many iconic fights from the beginning all the way to the end to where it's at now. Like so many iconic fights from so many iconic characters. But just honing in on all those fights, what is the most iconic Dragon Ball fight?
Ooh. Most iconic fight? I would probably have to say Goku Jiren.
Really?
Because like obviously Goku Frieza has the most iconic moment. But if we're
Yeah.
talking about the actual fight, nigga, I would probably say Goku versus Jiren. Like
Bro, there's a lot of fights. Like, there's a lot of fights.
there's
Like,
either yeah nah I was gonna say either that or Goku versus Beerus maybe or maybe Goku versus Majin Vegeta, but nah I think Goku Jiren got it. Like the way niggas were tuning into that shit. Me personally, right? I wasn't caught up in Dragon Ball. And then the Tournament of Power started, and I caught up right when Goku went Ultra Instinct the first time. Like, nigga, it was different.
yeah.
Like that shit, the way people were tuning into that shit, and I'm sure it was the same from back in the day for a lot of different fights. But nigga, that shit was, nigga, Pornhub crashed watching that fight. Like,
Sure.
that was some different shit. I'm not gonna lie. Let alone what the fight actually looked like with Goku's new form, Jiren being that strong to be able to fight back against that shit. Like, I'll probably say Goku Jiren's the most iconic.
Okay. Honestly, I'm torn because Goku versus Jiren is definitely up there for me. Dragon Ball Super has a lot of amazing fights. I will say that is definitely the most iconic fight from Dragon Ball Super. The problem is when you look at the entire Dragon Ball franchise, like Goku versus Frieza, you're right, and I do agree with you. It has the most iconic moment from the entire series.
Yeah,
Goku going Super Saiyan, but I wouldn't turn around and say the entire fight itself is iconic. It is, but it's not the most.
yeah,
At least it doesn't feel like that. For me, outside of Goku versus Jiren, another fight that I'm kind of thinking of is Gohan versus Cell. Like that entire and really all of them fighting that nigga, but Gohan's fight itself was very iconic versus Cell.
yeah,
Like wow, just
yeah.
watching that nigga go Super Saiyan 2 after Android gave his speech, then just seeing him turn up on Cell, all of it was iconic. But so was the Goku versus Jiren. I could really go either way between those two, but I think those two are my two iconic fights. If anything, I'm leaning Gohan versus Cell.
Mm. Yeah, like Gohan versus Cell is one of my favorite moments in the franchise.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm sure a lot of people feel the same way. So I'm definitely not mad at it. Like, I really want to know what the community itself would say to this question because me personally, I wasn't around watching it like when it was really going, like when Dragon Ball Z, let alone the beginning of Super. So when I caught up and the way I saw niggas gravitate to the Goku versus Jiren, like seeing it firsthand was different, bro. Like,
It was.
so I don't know exactly what the community's stance is with these two fights. So I'm not mad at you saying Gohan versus Cell, especially since it's one of my favorites. But from what I
Most
saw
likely the
with my eyes,
community
I would probably say Goku versus Jiren.
type shit. For the sake of community gravitating towards the fights, I would assume the Dragon Ball community will split for all of the major fights. Whether it's Goku versus Vegeta, Gohan versus Cell, Goku versus Cell, Goku versus Frieza, like whenever it's a major fight, even Goku versus Hit, like niggas were lit for that.
Yeah,
Like whenever it's a major fight, the community comes out to play. So I would definitely say there is that.
I might stay with my answer, bro. I'm gonna go Goku versus Jiren. But
Okay,
it's
okay.
like for some shit like this, because going back to your point, how the whole community was split for all these major fights. Is there a right answer?
Uh, it's hard.
Like, because I think you're right. Like, I think everyone would just split.
I think it will just like come down. Like you'd have to do it
Yeah, a
and
dead
just
ass
find out what
poll with
most
the
people say.
percentages. Might have to do that later.
Mm.
But I'm gonna stick with my answer for now. I'm gonna say Goku versus Jiren.
Hell yeah. Hey, I'm gonna stick with mine. I'm not torn on it, or I'm not like sold on it. But at the end of the day, like I respect that fight the most to probably call it the most iconic. So I'm gonna go with Gohan versus Cell, but that's just us. Y'all let us know what you guys are rocking.
Please.
What is the most iconic fight in Dragon Ball? Let us know in the comments.
Hell yeah. Please let us know in the comments. Because I am genuinely curious what y'all say to that. But vice
Mm.
versa, let us know what you think about everything that we talked about. As always, this was another lit episode of the Talk of Tokyo podcast. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button, hit the big red subscribe button if you haven't already, and turn on that post notification bell so you don't miss episode 3 of the Talk of Tokyo or any of our other special videos. We drop straight bangers on this channel, so make sure you guys tap in with us. With that being said, make sure you guys click our description. There'll be 3 links waiting for you. The first one will take you to all of our socials, Sons of Tokyo on every platform. The second one will take you to our Discord. You feel
Come
me?
on in.
Come on in. You know what I'm saying? Join that Discord. Come vibe out with us. Talk about anything anime, non anime, sports, movies. It don't matter. And last but certainly not least, the link to our Patreon will be in the description. Make sure you guys join that. You can become a member for free and watch all of the reactions that we post. All the reactions we do are over on Patreon. So make sure you guys tap in with us. But, yeah, man. With that being said, SOT out.